What's up with it? It's your boy Bravo. We back. Normally I don't do these type of videos. Well, I wasn't gonna really start doing these type of videos yet, but I figured I'd probably give y'all something a little bit so y'all can see a little bit different besides the normal content I put out. So we're talking about Medellin, Colombia in specific. I might make mentions of other cities in Colombia, but specifically this one is gonna be about Medellin. I am planning on leaving today. This will be my last day in Medellin, and so I'm just gonna talk about my experience here. I've been here since February, so that's like February, that's March, April, May. Okay, so I've been here 3 months, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about my experience that I've been having since I've been here. But this video is about me leaving Medellin. So before I actually speak about why I'm leaving Medellin, let's get into how Medellin is as far as when you're living here versus a short trip, and also from a digital nomad experience of a person who actually is working for a company versus, somebody that has their own company or doing things like content creation as far as for their income. So I'm gonna pretty much give y'all a breakdown, and y'all probably learn some stuff about me or learn some new stuff about Medellin or decide on if you want to move here. So let's get right into it. So first we're gonna get right into the food. So you can kind of take my opinion on the food with a grain of salt because I am vegan. So vegans, we don't eat meat. We're not supposed to eat cheese, any dairy, stuff like that. So I can't really give y'all a lot of opinion on the meat. I can give y'all opinions on what other people say about the meat here. I hear a lot of people say that a lot of the food isn't seasoned here. But as far as the vegan food, there are a lot of like full-blown vegan restaurants. They have some good ones here. Actually, I do have this. I have Medellin as one of my top spots as far as vegan food. Actually, which is surprising compared to like all of the other countries I've been to. My favorite ones I make mention. One is called Kime, Shadas. You gotta go to Shadas. And then I probably have to go with Real Vegetal. And so far as those vegan spots, those are good. Now, are they gonna be compared to the US? US vegan food, hands down the best. I don't care what nobody talking about. We go tit for tat with anybody, we smoking them. But the vegan food here is pretty good though. Far as like vegan groceries, so I didn't really get a chance to go to the stores to get the vegan groceries, but I do know that they do have some of their vegan products and stuff like that, and they do have like imports and stuff like that. As far as like fruits and vegetables, you can pretty much get those from a good price if you go to like the local markets and stuff, and it's still pretty affordable if you go to like the grocery stores and get them as well. So I feel like you could go with either one of those as far as getting your vegan products or just groceries and groceries as a whole. The food is cleaner, I would say, than the US. As far as like you can get fresher vegetables and all of that stuff for the cheap. But I can't give you too much in depth with the food, as far as like from my aspect. But as far as the vegan aspect, that's pretty much what I can give you. So the next thing I'm gonna get into is the partying scene in Medellin. So that's mainly what I would say Medellin is known for. As a tour, you come in here, that's pretty much one of the main things that you're probably gonna be doing here. Not saying that's the only thing you can do here, but that's like what majority of people that come here do is party. I don't care what nobody else is talking about. Oh, people come here and do this, they go see that. The majority of people that's coming here is going for the parties. Hands like not hands down, but like that's a fact. But so you ain't got too many areas to party at here. That's like a downside. So you pretty much stuck in mainly Larelas and Poblado. Now there are other areas you can go to that are local, more local. I've personally been to another area called Manrique, but that's like super local. Some people even tell you like, oh, like it's people that don't even go over there. So like it's some places that people wouldn't go because of like a safety aspect. They wouldn't go to like a Manrique because they were like, no, I'm not going over there, like because they feel like it's not even safe. So even Colombians not going over there. You can't really really get mad at people who only say like, oh, there's only a couple of places you could party at when they say it's only Laureles and Poblado. And you can just gonna group in Provenza and like Parque Years. You're gonna group them in together because they both is in Poblado. So there's no daytime stuff that goes on far as like that stuff. Now you might have stuff here and there like maybe people get together and do stuff like They may go on runs and do bike routes and stuff like that. I roller skate, so I'm actually in like roller skating groups out here where every now and then they take like roller skating routes. But a lot of people out here do inline. I'm a quad skater, so I didn't really have the wheels for the streets out here, so I really didn't get the link up for none of those routes and stuff. But there are things like that out here. But as far as daytime activities or like party and stuff like that, you're not gonna really get that out here. But as far as the nightlife, I'm gonna go deeper into that later on through this video. But you're pretty much stuck in Larelas and Poblado. You can go to local areas, but those are gonna be a little bit more risky, and a lot of people wouldn't even recommend you to go there. And then, well, a lot of people, you can't really get mad of us for, I would say, even sticking to these two areas, or even just wanting to stick in Poblado. Because if you a solo traveler like me, a lot of us don't have friends. You can't really trust people. If you out solo, you go to Larelas. Larelas is more like if you going with a group, or a lot of people are gonna be in groups. And Poblado is more like you're gonna find people in singles, or it's more set up for you to mingle around or like talk to people if you are solo. You can go in clubs there where it's not really set up for you to be in a group as far as like the atmosphere and stuff like that. But we're gonna go more in depth in the nightlife aspect, in the party scenes, further in this video. Right now we're gonna go down to the cost of the Airbnbs. Basically, when it comes to the Airbnbs, now you can spend low money on Airbnbs. But if you're out here working as a digital nomad and you work for a company, depending on what type of job you have, you are going to need good internet. So this is only for the good internet part. So to have good internet, a lot of these spots and listings when you're doing Airbnb, and it's slow internet. If you're gonna be taking phone calls, you're gonna need at least, I'm gonna say at least 100 megabits per second, 50 to 100, depending on how your setup is, as far as how you work from out the country. So basically, it depends on what your preference is too. You're not gonna get good quality out here if you're spending less than $800 to $900. And that's not even a good rate. If you're spending $800 to $900, you're gonna get maybe something decent, but you're not gonna get nothing that's like nice. You could get something decent, but you still may have problems. You might not have AC. You might not have the best internet. You might have good internet, but the internet is not reliable. One second, I gotta call you. All right, sorry, I got a phone call at work. So basically, with the cost of the Airbnb, so you could go in between 800 and 900, but you're gonna start having problems. Like you might not have AC. You might have unreliable internet. You might, it's gonna be something between that range here, and then you're not gonna find a lot of options. You might not have hot water. Like it's a list of different things you might have problems with. Like you might not be in a location you like, stuff like that. Like you can get some stuff, but you're not gonna have all of your boxes checked. That's a fact. So basically, a good range here, I'm thinking, so you're gonna have to spend between at least $1,200 to $1,500. Like facts, like this spot I'm in right here, this shit for the month costs $3K. So I'm gonna show y'all this spot too. Basically, you're gonna have to spend at least $1,200. I ain't gonna lie. If you want to lease everything, $1,200 minimum. And then I'm not the only person like that ran into issues. Like I got other people who like try and spend low out here. Like a lot of these options is took. If you don't work like for a company or nothing like that, you can probably get away with like the lesser cost of Airbnbs where you don't have to worry about the internet, stuff like that. Like it's a lot of different stuff that goes into the Airbnbs here. Like a lot of places get taken up because of like you got a lot of short time travelers that come here. If you're staying here for a month, you might think you came here on a short trip. Like, hey, I got this nice Airbnb. You might have spent $300-400 for the week, but that same spot for the month gonna be way more than that. And then that spot could be around that $800-900 range, but you're not gonna see that Airbnb. Why? Because that Airbnb is gonna be getting booked up by the people that's booking their trips for 3 days, 2 days, 4 days. That Airbnb is never gonna pop up because you're gonna be looking for Airbnbs for the whole month. So you already running out of options here. So and then a lot of the Airbnbs that you seeing is gonna be overpriced. So it's gonna be a lot of mediocre ones. I learned this trip. Well, I've been learning it ever since like I've been like a digital nomad living overseas. Where you stay at is going to dictate your whole time there, regardless if you're outside. Where you sleep at, because you're gonna spend most of your time inside your Airbnb or your accommodation wherever you stand. That's gonna dictate your whole experience in the country. a lot of things is gonna revolve around that. And that's something I had to learn. Like you gonna have to spend like 1,200 to 1,500 here. Had to get some water, your boy about to spilling water. Alright. Let me get back into it, y'all. Alright, so basically like with the cost of the Airbnbs and stuff like that, so it's gonna be overpriced here too. Like compared to like you think you about to get them Thailand prices here and get some good quality? Nah, you about to have to up that budget for some decent quality. Definitely gonna have to do that. So we're gonna get into now my thoughts on the people here. I think some people are cool. You do run into some cool people, but I always feel like people do have like an agenda. Everybody here is not really like genuine like that. Like it's hard to find genuine people here as far as like Colombians in general. It's some that's cool for sure, but it ain't really too many like genuine people here. Like everybody got like an agenda. Like you might even think like you going to your favorite club or your favorite restaurant, and like it's just always gonna be something. Like these people can switch at any moment. Basically, like it's always seemed like they just waiting for the perfect timing to take advantage of you. And that's not everybody here, but a lot of places where you could be loyal. Somebody they try to take advantage of you, or they just switch like they whole move. You be like, damn, like they treat me like this now. What am I? What did I do? I didn't do nothing. I'm just providing. So I'm just being the customer type shit. But it don't feel like you really catch connections like that here. It's like things just don't seem like you don't really catch vibes here. That's all I can say. You don't really catch vibes in Medellin specifically. You can, but it's rare for you to come across like people that's really cool and into you for you. So I'm gonna get into the weather. So the weather here is pretty much year round. It's not gonna be too hot. It's not gonna be too cold. You might have some warm days. It seems like it'd be a lot of rainy days. I don't really know the rainy season, but it has been raining a lot lately. You can pretty much, if you wear shorts, you can wear shorts. You can get away with shorts. You can get away with a hoodie one day, something like that. Like, so the weather is pretty cool here. So I don't think anybody will have a problem with the weather. As far as the elevation is not a problem here compared to like Bogota, which is like really high up to where you have to worry about like elevation sickness and stuff like that. So that's pretty much something you don't got to worry about here. As far as is it good for a digital nomad? I mean, I would probably have to say, as far as like, can you get good internet here? Yes. Your accommodation, you might pay a little bit more. This is all work related when it comes to digital nomad stuff. Like, do they got like work center locations? If you want to go do that, you can. You can go pay extra money for that. Transportation and stuff, you don't have to worry about none of that stuff. You can have reliable internet here to like far as working and stuff. I'm not gonna go too deep because I know every digital nomad is different. We don't do the same stuff. What I do and how I live my life might be different than a lot of people when they breaking down these spots for y'all. I'm actually going outside every day. I'm doing something, whether it's activities, whether it's going out. I'm spending money. And also, like when it comes to, like I was saying, like doing things here, it's not really that many activities here. So you might think that, hey, it's a lot of stuff to do here. Man, you go on TripAdvisor or whatever you want to do. It's not really that much stuff to do here. Like it's maybe a few places you can go, and people like to say, oh, we got Guadalupe. Guadalupe is 2 hours out. That is not even Medellin. That's an activity outside of Medellin. So like when you speak about what is to do in the city, there's not much to do in the city. Everybody know about Community 13, and stuff like that. There's like popular areas you can go to, maybe culture things, as far as like museums and stuff. But as far as like, your physical activities and stuff like that, there's a lot of one-time things you can do, like paragliding and stuff like that. But as far as when it comes to things to do, like real excursions that don't require you to go outside of Medellin, inside of the city, there's not much to do. That's why when people make the arguments and stuff, when they talk about things to do here, this is more of a party city. Now, if anybody want to debate me on that, feel free to hit me up. We can have a full debate. But we're gonna go ahead and go to the next topic in this video. As far as like this being a party city, and what do I think about how the people view? I'm gonna say men specifically. I think a lot of people look at us as basically tourists type shit. You know what I'm saying? Even though most of us, we just come in here like if it's a vacation and stuff like that, but it doesn't matter where you at. Whether you're in whatever, if you want to call it Yaris Park, whether you're in Morelos, whether you're in Marique, like everybody's gonna think you're here for some box, and that's all you're here for, and that's all you're trying to do. I'm just keeping it 100. That's what most people you run into. A lot of people try to treat you and stuff like that. So like that's like a downfall of it. Like you just gotta deal with it when you hear Medellin. So everybody think we there just for some box. You can't really say that. Like, we not just coming here straight for that. Like, I've been here since February. You can't tell me that, oh, I'm only here for that. The first thing I even considered coming here is because I know that it has vegan restaurants that I can go to. Like, even if you talking to like a regular girl, like she's automatically probably already thinking like, okay, what's he's here for? Like, so we gonna keep that short. Police is here, like the police situation, as far as like migration and stuff like that. I would say I have ran into a couple of situations outside as far as just police where they probably start checking me and stuff like that. Like one time was like a normal pat down, but then the second one, I'm come out of a restaurant. The restaurant is not in like a party area or nothing. I literally go in the restaurant, I sit down, I eat, I come out. I probably took like 15 steps, called my Uber. I was seeing this police walking up. I could tell he's finna come over to me. Starts patting me down and stuff like that. And then basically, one of my pockets was like, what's this or something? Because at first I speak a little bit of Spanish and I'm like, I'm not finna keep talking to this dude and like the Spanish that I know and stuff like that. I already told him I'm from the States. He asked my passport and stuff. But long story short, he had to tap in one of my pockets, like what is this or something like that. I pull out my wallet and I'm like, bro, nothing. Like what? He started talking about like I'm not gonna say the word COKE, but he's like white. I'm like, no. He asked me one time, asked me 2 times. I say no. He started tapping my wallet saying, he says Coke, and I'm like, so when I say no twice, and I'm like, you still asking me? So then I start like, do I look like I do that? Yeah, I came in with once I get mad, like it's hard for me to get mad, but like I got mad and I start talking crazy to him. Like, bro, I don't do none of that. Like I'm gonna keep it real. Like majority of people that's coming here from America, I understand that there's black Americans that do this, but majority of Americans that's coming there, we not the ones that's doing that type. You feel me? But especially, and then I'm young too, so like my demographic around my age, I met people out there. We not doing that, bro. And I'm speaking from what I know. Cause I run into people because we all in the same spots in the same areas. Yeah, so like it made me mad that he eventually walked off. He didn't even care about like checking my passport or nothing. Like how you ask me for my passport and then you get to talking about some other stuff. But that was just that. Like I probably had like a couple situations, but like that one was like one of the only ones where it was like, all right, now this dude bugging. That's the police situation. Far as like when you coming in here, I never got harassed coming in. I don't know what they really look for. Far as like what they're searching for when they flag people and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna go into that. I'm pretty sure there's other experts that know everything, you know. So y'all can go watch some videos. This not the video for that, but so we gonna get into our next topic, and that's gonna be the scopolamine. Basically, when it comes to the scopolamine, and the question is, do you have to worry about scopolamine? My personal opinion, I don't think you have to worry about you getting scoped out here. Far as like if you a dude or if you're a girl dealing with dudes out here. Yes, you have to be aware as in like where like you have to think like every girl is trying to scope you. Yes, like never let your guard down. Because that's when you get got. So as far as like, do you have to worry about it? When I say you don't have to worry about it, I'm saying like the only time you can really get got is, I think, this is my opinion, you coming home and then you pouring up more drinks. Like I would say it's fine, but if you got her pouring your drinks or if she's going off in places where you can't see her and shit, basically then you possibly have to worry about it a lot. But if you're not coming home drinking, I don't really think it's gonna happen. Like, I don't think you're gonna get drugged by somebody in a club, especially if it's like I would say a well-known club or something like that. But I don't think that's gonna happen. But regardless, if you're in a club or if you're at home, watch your drinks. And a lot of the time, the drug is happening. I want to say 90 to 95% happen when somebody's at home because they're trying to steal your belongings and stuff like that. So they're gonna try to drug you at home. So if you're not drinking at home, I don't care if you got water. You need to put you some water somewhere up. Like, don't even have her going to get a water for you, because then, boom, you go. So, far as everything that I've talked about so far, would I come back to Medellin or Colombia in general? So, Medellin, I'm really thinking about I would probably only come back here if I do start like an Airbnb business here, and that's only probably going to be if me and this person work some things out. We've been talking about it and stuff like that. That's probably the only reason I probably come back here is if it's some money, like, cause I was selling iPhones here and stuff too. That's another thing. Getting them junks off like that. Feel me? So if it's not about no money, I don't think I will come back to Medellin. But as far as coming back to Colombia, I'm pretty sure I come back to Cartagena. I want to go to Santa Marta, and I was thinking about going to Cali because I've seen some fire vegan restaurants in Cali. Like, and I'm like, yo, this look pretty good. So I'm gonna definitely have to I might go to. I mean, I'm not 100% if I'm gonna go to Cali, but it's on my list. But it just depends. I mean, but that's pretty much like my deal if I come back to Colombia or Medellin. And then as far as permanently living out here or having a base, that pretty much ties back into like, the digital nomad lifestyle. Like, yes, it is close to home. Time zone is not far off. But as far as like living out here, having a base permanently, I don't think so. Like, I don't think I'd actually be here permanently. But as far as like if I had a base, only if I started like some Airbnb stuff here and stuff like that. Yeah, but like Medellin, it's like you really limited on like spots you can really go in the city. It's not many places you can go to because a lot of places is dangerous. Like that's just a thing about Medellin, safety aspect. We're talking about specifically activities, nightlife, restaurants. You're pretty much limited to like certain areas. Like it's not, you know what I'm saying. So Medellin kind of like limits you to these areas that puts you in these brackets. Like, okay, you only can go here. But when you're over here doing this, then you're gonna be surrounded by this. So it's like, you know what I mean? So it kind of sucking you in, you know what I mean? Kind of like a trap. But another thing too, like most people here, I was gonna say they had like a money first mindset or like what can you do for me mindset. And shout out to my boy Mosa, the homies hub. He was the first person that said this. A lot of people here have a like, what can you do for me mindset. Like no matter if it's regular person, you talking for like, like even friends, like you might think you might meet some Colombian people that's cool, and you be like, yo, these people seem like I want to say leech or nothing like that, but like we can't even start like a business or something like that, or even come across with a business idea without this person like just forming something right now, or like just having some like the wrong mindset. Like that's like majority of people. Like I'm not saying that everybody as a whole, but a lot of people you run into is just that's just what it is, and it might tie into like what they view us as, and then they put us. You only can be in the areas where you're gonna have most of the people who have a money first mindset, and when you meet the people outside of them areas, it's pretty much the same thing. Like you can't get that social interaction, like as far as going out, seeing people. You can't practice your Spanish out here. That's pretty much good. Like far as you just going to people talking and stuff like that. I feel like that's good. Like not many countries have cities where it's actually like walkable for you to just like walk around and talk to people and just go outside and chill. Like have a little chill area that's still secure or somewhat secure. Not too many countries have that, but the only thing, the knockback that I'm gonna give it is like I said previously, most of these people you talking to, they're only thinking about money. I'm talking to somebody, getting to know them and stuff like that. My phone dying. I asked for the charger. Why I plugged my phone in. It ain't even been a minute. This chick asking me for some money for the charger. I'm like, look, you can have this charger back. I just went in the store and bought my own cable. I'm using my own. I'm using my whole my portable charger. I'm just using her cable. That's just like something minor, but we're just having a genuine conversation, and you're just, oh, I need some money from your charger. I'm like, damn, maybe if we get to talking, I might take you out to eat or something. You feel me? We might go here, there, and there. You know what I'm saying? But you up here like, oh, money, 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 Mr. Krabs. Then I'm like, I don't even want to talk to you no more. Get your charger back out of here. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's pretty much better. Like, even though it is that walkable aspect, you can spark up social interaction. It's better countries where you really don't know, like, everything is like you have a more chance of it being genuine in the other countries. Is what I'm saying, basically. So like to sum it up, man, the city is mainly built on like clubs, bars, restaurants, and stuff like that. That's majority of what the tourists spending money on. Like I said previously, they do got like good cosmetic surgery, dentist stuff like that. Like I know chicks from the States who came here, just to get their teeth done. Me, I got 3 wisdom tooth pulled. I got that out here too, but like it's people that come here for this stuff too, but the majority of their money that they gonna spend when they out here is gonna be on food, bars, clubs, nightlife, basically nightlife type stuff. That's pretty much what the majority of tourists spend their money on. Tourists spend their money on in Medellin. So, like, yeah, they do got nice malls here and stuff like that. I bought clothes out the mall. I love shopping when I go places. Everybody know when they see me, your boy fresh. I don't be bummy and none of that. You feel me? So I spend money when I come here and shit like that. You feel me? But yeah, that's pretty much what the city built now. You feel me? That pretty much wraps up this video. If you still watching the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you like videos like this where I'm talking about places, giving my opinion, just let me know. I can make more videos. And yeah, just stay tuned for the next one. I'm gonna drop some more videos. I'll show y'all the B&B too. Let me show y'all this. So I'm actually about to get checked out of this spot right here. So I am cleaning up. Got the workspace over here. Big screen TV. Bathroom. Big shower. Like I said, this spot, if you coming for the week, it's not gonna be that much. But if you're thinking about staying out here long term, a spot like this for a month is like $3K. I ain't gonna hold you. You would think this would be around your $800-900 budget. It's not around $800-900. But if you're coming for the week, you could probably get this for like, for the week you could probably get this for like $600. Anything more than that, you going up, boy.
Every girl smile when the big rim spark. Who's it to know when we step in that